Welcome back to the channel. So today I'm going to transplant this beautiful crown of thorns plant into a more decorative pot that I have. And let's start by going over my soil that I'm going to be using. This soil recipe is a two-part recipe. It is made up of 50% turfus, which is the orange color clay. Basically, it's just a baked clay. And then it's 50% composted mulch. Now, this mulch has been composted for at least 1 year, and it's made up of different size pieces of mulch, from smaller than a quarter of an inch to some of them are about 1.5 inches in size. You don't want to use any mulch that has been treated with a chemical or any mulch that has been treated with coloration. Some of the mulch that you buy from big box stores that is red, black, or brown in color because it's been colored that color, you don't want that. You want just natural mulch that has been composted for at least 1 year. And what this soil recipe gives you is it gives you good aeration, and it also gives you a little bit of water retention so that your succulents, like this crown of thorns, has enough time to absorb water, but yet if there's a heavy rainstorm, the pot is not going to be waterlogged because of that clay. It's going to make that water just run through the pot so that our succulents roots stay healthy. And if you have a healthy root system, you will have a healthy plant. So the first thing I'm going to do is just gently squeeze the sides of this pot to loosen this crown of thorns up. Now, the crown of thorns obviously has thorns. It's what it's named for, but they're not like some cactuses that are really aggressive, if you would, that they're not going to get stuck in your fingers and cause pain. If you want, you can wear gloves, but as you see, I'm doing this without gloves because crown of thorns, their thorns just aren't as bad as what the name implies. So I'm just going to take him out of the pot. I'll take my new pot and I'm going to put the new soil in there. And this soil recipe is good for any kind of succulents that you have. And it's also good, as you've probably seen in some of my other videos, it's also a good recipe for desert roses. It prevents root rot in our desert roses. So I'm just going to softly massage the current soil that this crown of thorns has been growing in. And I'm not worried about getting 100% of the soil off of this plant today because it is a decent soil blend that the plant has been growing in. But I just want to get a good amount of it off. As you can see, this plant has a decent size root ball. It was grown from a cutting. I'm not sure if you're able to see it, but right about there is where this plant was cut at originally and then grown. Add a little more soil. I think that's a good height. Let's spread the roots out a little bit. go. Now, after I get this crown of thorns planted today, I'm going to give it a good drink of water, and then I will put it back into where it's growing space. Now, a crown of thorns can grow in full sunlight or partial shade. They can do well outdoors, or they're one plant that is good to grow year-round indoors if you want also. So it's still early spring, and in my area the nighttime temperatures are still pretty cold, so they're going down into the 40s still. So I'm going to keep this plant indoors for at least the next couple of weeks until it warms up more at nighttime. So it's going to go back to a south-facing window is where I keep mine at. But like I said, this plant doesn't have to have bright sunlight. It doesn't even have to be right next to a window if you keep it in your house. Now, with that said, the more sunlight you give to a crown of thorns, the more flowers will be produced on your crown of thorns. So most of us grow crown of thorns because we want the beautiful flowers that they have. So if that's why you're growing crown of thorns, then you're probably going to want to, at least in the summertime, put it outdoors or put it in a south-facing window so it gets as much sunlight as it possibly can to be able to produce a heavy amount of flowers for you. All right, so that's it for today. I'm going to give you a 360 of what this plant looks like. And I do believe that over the next 2 to 3 weeks, as it gets warmer and warmer in my area, and I'm able to put this plant outdoors, that it will really start producing a lot more flowers, and we'll get more leaves and a lot more growth on this plant. So that's what I have for you guys today. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you have any questions, leave me a comment down below. If you would, please hit the subscribe button if you're not already subscribed. Hit the like button so we get this information out to more people. That's my dog right there. Be good, Empress. Telling you to please subscribe. And until the next video, I hope you have a great day.